Now they're well positioned in the Championship thanks to a 15-game unbeaten run in all competitions. And should they return to the top flight, it would be a remarkably poetic story.
To begin at the beginning. Time passes. Listen. Time passes. Come closer now.
The words of Dylan Thomas, Swansea's most famous son of all. And do you know what? He's got it bang on. If you want to understand the miracle of what this football club has become, you have to go back to the beginning. And that means returning to 1912 and to the Vetchfield Stadium, or what remains of it now.
We have to admit we were playing in one of the worst stadiums that was in the Football League.
It's a unique feeling when you get an old building, but it means so much with many great memories.
For 90 years, this oddly lopsided black box recorded a catalogue of struggles. Save for one golden era when under John Toshak as player-manager, the Jacks famously made it up to the top flight. For 2 years they lived the life, but in chasing a dream, they blew up and spent 20 years recovering. Low with the gates? Yeah,
our gates went down 2,000 or 3,000, and I can recall, apart from season ticket holders, some games you were lucky to bank £5,000 or £10,000 after season ticket income.
They were hung out to dry by a string of chairmen like Mike Lewis, whose unhappy tenure at the club was matched only in its misery by the man he sold to. With Tony Petty, there was a new low point. The club faced ruin.
Will that be the goal that decides Swansea City's Football League future?
And they only just escaped. A final day victory against Hull just kept them in the Football League, but it was far too close for comfort. So this one.
Away, that's a home.
Roberto Martinez had only just arrived at the club.
Obviously, I was fortunate enough to be on that pitch on the final game of the season 2003. It was a wake-up call for everyone that loves Swansea City. Directors, fans, everyone.
But as the saying goes, even if you drop a dead cat from high enough, it'll bounce. Swansea City was the cat, and the bounce was spectacular. A group of supporters scrabbled together 25 grand to buy out Petty. And then the council relocated the club to a brand new sponsored home with a brand new ethical board. Do you have to sign in, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, of course.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ken Bates doesn't have to sign in at least.
No. There's nobody gets paid for anything, not even expenses.
You've got a nice office. I mean, you've got no paperwork or anything to back up the fact that any work gets done here. But so that isn't the company car?
No, it's my car.
It's your own car?
Yeah.
Humility and new beginnings wherever you look.
Do you know what that reminds me of a bit? That's Beckham.
Well, that's the way Beckham strikes a free kick.
Great, that's a great compliment, that.
But that was you. You were we have this phrase, don't we, in British football, a cultured midfielder. That's what you were.
Yeah. My career wasn't as a normal footballer. I always had to look at football in a different way, the way I was used to back in Spain, the way I could be effective, and then in a fantastic league, but very, very different than what I was used to back in Spain.
A team in his own image. Swansea not only look good, they are good.
With Roberto in charge, we got a chance to make our own piece in history, really, and hopefully they'll be a lot better than that have gone on previously.
The pace of change here is intense, but at last, the place Dylan Thomas described as an ugly, lovely town has space and reason to dream again.
Only you can hear and see. Behind the eyes of the sleepers, the movements and countries and mazes and colours and dismays and rainbows and tunes and wishes and flight and fall and despairs and big scenes of their dreams. From where you are, you can hear their dreams.
Even a dreamer like Dylan Thomas couldn't have imagined the possibilities here at the Liberty Stadium. Maybe Premier League football, maybe a place in the FA Cup quarter-finals. In many ways, John, those bad times have made the club even stronger.
Well, I think very much so, yes. Particularly since this new regime took over and they've come into the stadium here, terrific stadium. We're getting the 17 and 18,000 crowds every week. We didn't get that many when we were in the old First Division, though. So it's looking really promising for them.
And at the heart of that new regime, of course, the manager, young manager, talented manager, Roberto Martinez. If you were to sum up his style, the style that he's brought to the club, what would it be?
Well, I think it's attractive. I think it's European, if you like. They are in the Championship the most European side. They play a different way to the other sides, and I think that the beauty for me is that he's had injuries to key players, but hasn't changed his system. He's changed nothing around at all. He's just put 1 for 1, and they just carry on as though nothing's happened. A great credit to him.
Small squad, skillful squad. Up front, Jason Scotland, though, he's a lot more than just a target man, isn't he?
He is, and I tell you, I've seen some of the goals he scored this season, Steve, have been terrific. Some of his goals. He's a very relaxed character. Sometimes some people that I've spoken to have said that can maybe work against him. He doesn't always look like he's right at it, but clearly he has great talent. I mean, the way he's taking that and rolling people and smashing that in with that left foot is terrific. Goes past people. You can tell he's very powerful. He's very strong. And you know what? I think when I spoke to John earlier, you know, there's a lot of people have never really believed that he would even be able to get the amount of goals at this level. Now all of a sudden the question is, hey, could he even go a level again?
11 goals in 11 games. He's one of the players that Fulham have to look after this afternoon. It's going to be a fascinating 5th round tie. We're just minutes away from kick-off, and it's time to join your commentary team with David Pleat and, first of all, Clive Tilsley.
ITV's weekend of FA Cup football kicks off with what may just turn out to be the best match of the 5th round. Both of these teams like to get it down and play.